Okay, now, this particular video is going to have some statements in it, and in order for my viewers and any perpetrating a-holes that might watch this video, who I'm sure that they would probably more than likely totally and completely try and use the following statements against me by trying to say now she thinks that people are trying to set her up and accuse her of stealing bikes. Fellow American citizens, fellow San Diegoans, fellow La Jollans, and fellow Californians, my name is Leslie Williams and I am in San Diego County, San Diego, California. And the reason why I'm making this particular video is to illustrate to you the facts of some of the methods of what is known as organized stalking, okay, which can also be called gang stalking. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some statements to you concerning these crimes, okay. Now, and the reason why I'm making them is because over time, as a result, since June 9th, 2009, I discovered online that what was happening to me in every aspect of my personal life, okay, including shelter, because they do make targeted individuals homeless, okay, and that can be Googled. In fact, in your first day of research, you'll come to discover that one of the main motivations that they have for targeted individuals of these crimes is to create the homelessness. Now, let me give you an illustration based on things that I have read online since 2009, okay, and concerning the facts of some schemes that they have already tried to pull. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just fly right into the purpose of this particular video. On October 28th, 2013, I left UCSD and got on a bus in order to take bus route 201 to go to, hold on a second, in order to take the 201 bus to La Jolla Village Square, which is basically an intersection that the bus stops at. There's a bus stop right before the intersection, and on both sides of the street, once you get off the bus, are business plazas. On this side it's got CBS, and on this side it's got Ralph's and a bunch of other businesses in each different plaza. I left UCSD on October 28, 2013 to take taking the 201 bus to Villa La Jolla Square, okay, in order to take my bike off the bus and then ride the bike across the street to go to CBS to get some cigarettes. As I got off the bus and approached the corner before crossing the street, I saw a homeless guy who had harassed me in the past. So I thought to myself, I'm going to get out my video camera and take a picture of him once I crossed the street, which is what I did. As I was crossing the street, he seen me coming, so he takes out his video camera and acts like he's taking a video picture of me. And I can tell he wasn't, because the lens on his camera wasn't extended, and the cover, okay, like if you went to like Best Buy or Circuit City and you look at those little hand cameras, when you turn them on, the lens pops out. Then when you turn the camera off, the lens goes back in, and then this little plastic piece covers up the lens itself. That's the kind of camera he had, which is basically almost identical to the kind of camera I got. Same type, okay? So I could tell he wasn't taking a picture of me because the lens wasn't extended and the lens was covered up with a piece of plastic that automatically covers the lens up when the camera's turned off, and then it opens up to expose the lens so the lens can then extend out from the camera once the camera is turned on. So I could tell he wasn't taking a video picture of me. He was basically just holding the camera up to his face, pretending like he was, to hide his face. Because they know that in reference to the manager who steers these different type of people to harass me, he knows I got a video camera. And the reason why he knows that is because cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, and they can definitely see that I'm uploading YouTube videos concerning the expedition that is happening towards me, including the evidence. Now, so he's holding up a camera to his face while I'm taking a video picture of him, and then he says, "What's the matter with you? Are you drunk?" I don't drink at all. At all. Then he goes, "Is that bike stolen?" He goes, "Is that bike registered?" My own bike that I bought in May of 2013. My own bike that I bought from Walmart. The purchase of that bike is on my tape recorder, and I got the receipt somewhere because I got a bunch of, since since this expedition has made me homeless, what I got to do in reference to making sure that I carry receipts that matter, okay, I fold them up and then I rubber band them, and then I put them in like little separate plastic bags to waterproof them so they never get wet. And so, to be totally honest with you, it's either in my money belt or it's wrapped up in one of those bags that got accumulated receipts in them. Now, that occurred on October 28, 2013, right at the corner, right across the street from where you get off the 201 bus. In reference to it, the 201 bus was heading towards UTC. Okay, I then got off the bus, got my bike off the bus, went to the intersection, waited to cross the street, and he was on that corner, and that event occurred. Now, 17 hours later, when I was on UCSD property, I had just left their Club Med Cafe restaurant. That's right, where I'm gang stalked on a feverish scale, and I got the audio files to prove it. In fact, you can go to YouTube right now and type in "Learning Disabled Woman exposes evidence of UCSD gang stalking," and or "Learning Disabled Woman exposes gang stalking at Club Med Cafe UCSD." And when you open up those videos, what you're going to be listening for is gang stalking being said around me. That's their way to remind me that I'm a victim of this crime by getting around me every single day, to repeat the name of the crime, to keep me mentally preoccupied with the fact that it's happening to me, to keep it alive in my daily experiences, by reminding me that I am a victim of this crime by getting around me and repeating it. Now, I'm going to prove it to you right now. On this cell phone here, okay, is a transferred audio file from a tape recorder concerning an event that happened right up the street from UCSD on Thanksgiving Day, November 28, 2013, and today's date is December 7th, so it hasn't even been a couple weeks yet. This is two individuals threatening me as I was riding my bike once I left Villa La Jolla Square Plaza. That's right. Now, one of the individuals that played a role in this has harassed me on anywhere between 1 to 8 to 11 separate occasions. That's why I'm calling them effing criminal. That's why I say, hey, it's the bums, because they had already stopped to harass me, and so I started calling them names. And I am swearing a little bit. But if you knew what I experience on a daily basis, you would understand the aggravation and the frustration. But what you're going to be hearing here is both of these two individuals saying gang stalking. No, they say gang stalk. Then one of them say gang stalking, and then the other one says, and then one of the two says gang of stalking. I'm going to F you up. Now I want you to listen to this just so you can see that it is occurring towards me. Okay, you ready? Here you go. Oh. Alright, hold on. Alright, you ready?
Alright, the following took place on Thanksgiving Day. One of the individuals involved in this event is directly connected to GILL times 2. I'm a woman, not a man, HA location. And this individual has been used on at least anywhere between 8 and 11 separate occasions concerning overt and at times direct harassment. Do you hear these guys say gang stalk together? One says gang stalking in the background, and then the other one says gang of stalking, I'm going to F you up.
Okay, now, the reason why I decided to include that particular audio file on this video file is I wanted to show you that it's happening. Now, as a result of me being on UCSD property on October 29, 2013, right after I left the Club Med Cafe, I went to go to the bathroom, and then from there I went to go to walk to my bike at the bike rack right outside of Club Med Cafe. That's right. Then, as I was unlocking my bike, I noticed a guy walked by me and stopped. So as I'm unlocking my bike and I looked up, I seen him watching me. So I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Nothing." I said, okay, have a nice day. You know, along those lines. I'm still continuing to unlock my cable lock off my bike so I can get my bike and leave. And then I noticed him still standing there. I go, is there a problem or something? Like, you know, I said something along those lines. He goes, no. Then he walks away, and he goes about 30 feet away to an emergency phone that's on a pole. Okay? He then gets on the phone, and I hear him say, there's a girl over here stealing her bike. Stealing a bike. Okay? So I thought to myself, now what? Now what are they pulling? Okay? So I unlocked the bike, wrapped the cable lock around the neck of my bike, you know, where the seat's at, and then the thing that holds the seat up. I locked the cable lock around the bike, and then I rolled the bike over to him and stopped about 3 feet away from him. I said, what's the problem? I go, are you calling the cops for me unlocking my own bike? And then guess what he says while he's still on the phone with the police? He goes, get away from me, get away from me, acting like he's scared of me for some reason, like I'm doing something wrong, which I'm not. I'm standing 3 to 5 feet away from him, asking him, why are you calling the police on me unlocking my own bike? So then he gets off the phone, okay, and he stands there for about 6 seconds, and then he runs away. So then I picked up the phone, and I said, look, I think a guy just called you and told you that I'm stealing my own bike, so I'm letting you know that I'm right here, okay, because I didn't want them to think that I was taking off somewhere, okay? So I said, I want you to know that I'm standing right here, so if you want to come here and talk to me, you're more than welcome to. And he goes, so then the UCSD campus police over the phone said, yes, we would like to, just stand right there. I said, well, I'm not going anywhere. So then they arrive on the scene, and they tell me this guy called them and told them that I was using bolt cutters to unlock a bike. It's totally preposterous, and the whole entire event was caught on audio and video. Now, why am I saying this? So, and I also said to UCSD campus police, once the conversation started coming to a close, which was all of it was caught on video, okay, I said, you know, I'm beginning to think that maybe it's very possible that these might just be schemes that are being developed in order to harass me. Just bear with me, okay? And that's on the video. Okay. In fact, look in the description of this YouTube video for a blog title, because I uploaded that video and put it into a blog, and then as a result, the blog now has a URL address. So look in the description of this YouTube video. If it's not in there right away, it'll be put in there eventually. So, because my schedule is extremely hectic right now, I'm preparing to move. I'm also being attentive to video evidence that I have already started to upload. Okay, so just it'll take time. In fact, you could probably go to YouTube and type in, I don't know the name of the blog. I forgot what I titled it. Anyways, just bear with me. Okay, so, why am I saying this? Because in organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, I have stated in numerous of my videos, in fact, I just recently made a video in the last month about how, see, like, you know how, like, when you go along your routes, if you're riding the bus, if you take the bus or the trolley or whatever, if you're standing at a bus stop or a trolley station or on a bus route or a trolley route, you might, at times, spark up small conversation with people. Well, you're about ready to hear a particular segment of an audio file concerning what just occurred yesterday on UCSD property. Now, there was a guy, after I left the biomedical library, unlocked my bike, and rode it over to the bus stop. Right before my bus came, a guy appeared on the scene that I had seen on one other occasion as I was sitting on a bench at Old Town. And so I sparked up a conversation. He came and sat right next to me. Okay, so we talked for about 10 minutes while I was waiting for bus route 150. This guy appears yesterday at the intersection of Gilman and Myers, and I say, hey, I seen you before, aren't you that guy at Old Town? And then guess what he asked me? He goes, is that your bike? Now, I'm going to play you the audio of that right now, just so you can hear the fact that we had this verbal exchange. Listen.
Say something. Come here. I don't think you want to sit down now. It's wet. Yeah, you can if you want. Oh yeah, it is. But you will. Oh, sorry about that. Is this your bicycle? Yes, it is.
Okay, you just heard him ask me, "Is this your bike?" Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm transferring this portion of this audio file to you in a second. Let me rewind it so you can hear it one more time.
Check this out, I'm going to show you something.
Okay, right here. He says, is this your bike?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But you will, oh, sorry about that.
Is this your bicycle?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now, you may think to yourself, why would I be transferring over a question of an individual asking me, is this your bicycle? And then I say, yes, it is. Why? Well, about 2 years ago, I read a blog online that I went to as a result of the blog's URL address being put in one of my blogs on the comments feature of it. Okay, I opened up the blog and I read about how this guy got set up by the police. And it is as follows. They tried to accuse him of stealing something. I forgot what it was. I think it was a cell phone or something like that. And basically what they did was, this guy had his own cell phone. Okay? Hang on a second. I guess he was at a restaurant or something and that he had the cell phone out on the table. Okay? And some guy walked up to him and started talking to him and asked him, is this your cell phone? The guy goes, yeah. Okay? And then he said about 2 months later, an individual walked by and put a cell phone in one of his little carry-all bags as he was sitting. I forgot where he was sitting at, but where he was sitting at, the guy dropped the cell phone in his bag when he wasn't looking. Then once the guy went up the road, the police pulled him over and said, we got a report that you had a stolen phone. And they searched his bags and found the phone. And then arrested him. That's right. Now, you can go to Google right now and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and police officers. And we all know, if you have enough educated knowledge that you have derived from the internet. I literally saw a video one time of a police officer pulling this poor Mexican guy over, and they were holding him on the back of his car. 2 police officers were, while the guy had his back to them because he was being held on the trunk of his car. One of the police officers went inside of his pocket, took something out of it, and discreetly put it in that guy's pocket. That's right. That's right. So if you don't think that police officers do not do these kinds of crazy things, think again. So, they've already pulled an incident concerning my own bicycle. Okay? My own Barry bicycle. And then they get a guy who I talked to for quite some time at the Old Town to walk up to me to engage in a conversation with me because they knew that I would be talking to him. How did they know I talked to him at Old Town? Because the day that event occurred at Old Town, I had people around me gaslighting me as I was talking to him. So they seen who I was talking to. Hold on a second. Hiking in San Diego County, San Diego, California. Okay? I take my bike with me every single day, everywhere I go. Okay? Now they can, when I'm here at this hiking location or any other hiking location I go to, they can easily bring a bike here as I'm sleeping. And before I wake up and notice that it's here, like they could park it on the other side of my tent and I can't see it because I'm inside the tent. So they can easily bring a bike around me where I live at. That's right, where I live at. Okay, and then make it appear that the police are being called for normal appearing means. That's right. That's right. That's right. And then they arrive on the scene and say, is this your bike? And use that tape recorded reply from me talking to this guy yesterday as the answer. And then they'll say, well, we're checking the registration number on it right now, and if it's stolen, you're arrested. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the schemes of gang stalking. Now, what you got to understand here is that in organized stalking and gang stalking, their whole goal is to vilify and nullify a target any and every way they can. Any and every way they can. I'm a good woman. I'm a Christian woman. In fact, let me show you what I got here. Just to show you, okay, that I'm not the kind of a person who would steal somebody's bike. Look at the little signs I got in my tent, okay? I put those on there to remind me who's in real charge of what's happening to me. God is. Okay? I got another one here that says, learn how God uniquely created you in His image, to reflect His image. I got a picture here of Jesus Christ and Mother Mary, the Jewish flag right next to it. A couple other signs. Jesus loves you, has faith in Him no matter what. John 3:16. trust God always. Okay? I read my Bible every night. And the reason why I'm trying to help you see, okay, that I'm not the kind of individual that would steal a bike, is because in these expeditions, these criminal whores will try and paint the target out as being a criminal. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the avenues that they're concerning. See, if you went to Google right now and typed in organized stalking and or gang stalking and character assassination, slander, gossip, then go to YouTube and type in listen to a stranger, you can flat out see that them discrediting a target by vilifying them. Vilifying them means making the target out as being a villain in the eyes of community members. And basically what they're doing is steering their thinking, the community members' thinking, about the target based on the theme of the lie. Do you see what I'm saying? In order to use them to harass the target for them for free. That's right. These criminal whores will do anything and everything. And you know what just came to mind just now? I think it was the movie called Carletto's Way with Al Pacino. When Sean Penn said that the police, when they tape record you, they can use your statements out of context. In reference to what he means is that they can use it and apply the meaning of anything you say to another themed accusation. That's right. Or they can ask you a simple question like, is this your bike? You say yes. They tape record that whole question and answer, and then streamline it into a tape recording of an event. Once they bring a bike here at this location, drop it off. I don't even know it's here because I'm inside the tent, and before I wake up to get outside of the tent, they arrive on the scene and say, what's this bike doing here? Is this your bike? And then they streamline the question and the answer from a previous date into supposedly that being the reply concerning a stolen bike. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the literal schemes of gang stalking. That's right. Because I try to think to myself, why would a guy even walk up to me and ask me, is this my bike? Why would he ask me that? Now, I have to be suspicious about it because of what happened on October 28th and October 29th concerning my bike. That's right. See, when you have a target who's not committing any illegal or criminal activities whatsoever, when you have a target that is smart and is outsmarting them in reference to catching them in the gang stalking, then exposing it, what they got to do is try and look for an avenue or a reason or an excuse to nullify the target. That's right. By falsely arresting them, doing anything and everything they can to make it appear that everything that is happening to the targeted individual, okay, is the target's fault. By even saying, look, we arrested her for stealing a bike, and we got the tape recording here, even her claiming that she's saying, yes, this is her bike. When that tape recording, if a guy walked up to me and asked me that question as his cell phone was recording, or as a tape recorder was recording, or as when a third person might have been in an environment that was used in a tag team and cooperation, that person just being there to record the question and the answer, he's brought there to say the question to excite my answer. That third party tape records it, gives it to the corrupt police officers, and bada boom. Do you see what I'm saying? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. Alright, if you don't think that these criminal whores that are involved in gang stalking do not play around with audio and video evidence, listen to this. Go to Google right now. Go to YouTube right now and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Just do it. You're going to see me being assaulted on an MTS bus by a black guy, okay, who was used on that bus route on previous occasions, okay, to engage in gang stalking towards me on that same bus route, and the morning the assault occurred, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to, when you're looking at that assault video, I want you to look at how the back door is on the wrong side of the bus periodically throughout the video. Then I want you to also look at how the rail that holds the mirror is on the wrong side of the bus periodically throughout the video. Then look at how the mirror is backwards. That's right, periodically throughout the video. Then I want you to look at where me and the individual who assaulted me in reference to the side of the bus we're sitting on in the video. Okay, so basically before the assault occurred, before I got up, and then that's when he assaulted me, look at where we're sitting. I'm in the back of the bus, and he's in front of me. Okay? Where I was sitting at on the video and where the perpetrator was sitting on the video is in total opposite in reference to where we were actually sitting at on the day of the assault. Go to Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes How MTS Assault Video is Altered." So do you honestly believe that these individuals will not play around with audio or video? In fact, you can go to Google right now and type in organized stalking or gang stalking and how they will tape conversations of targets. That's right. That's right. What I am doing is that, look, whenever they pull something, they're pulling it for an end result. Okay? And if it goes sideways on them, then they don't end up getting no result, and they can possibly also step their foot in a bunch of crap as a result of the event going sideways. That's right. That's right. But what I'm basically trying to say is everything they've tried to pull against me has been unsuccessful, and then has turned around and backfired on them. Okay? So they're getting antsy because they know I'm exposing the hell out of them in reference to not just the gang stalking, but where it's occurring at. That's right. That's right. So they're getting frustrated because they cannot do anything to make it appear that anything that happens to me is my fault. Okay? While I'm exposing that what's happening to me is gang stalking. Just like I just played you the audio of this verbal interaction between me and two freaks that harassed me on a sidewalk, not right up the road from UCSD. Okay? So what we got to understand here is that these criminal whores, okay, who are perpetrating these criminalities, they're filthy sewer rats who will do anything and everything to make it appear that anything that happens to a target is happening because of something the target did, okay, or because of normal appearing reasons, excuses, or because of normal appearing excuses or reasons. That's right. That's right. What we got to understand here, fellow American citizens, is that these criminalities come from organized crime syndicated members in the system who engage in these maneuvers, methods, and schemes in order to bring about a result. That's right. To nullify the target. That's right. To trap them into court, jail, court cost. That's right. That is done to literally cause the targeted individual to go through all their money. So they had no available resources to take care of themselves, which brings them closer physically to environments that they can steer the target to as a result of the target being in extreme destitute and poverty. Because everybody's got to eat and they got to stay warm. That's why the homelessness is created. It's right. That's right. You would not believe what I know. You just would not believe what I know. So I'm predicting it right now. If anybody ever accuses me of stealing a bike, or if a bike is ever brought to any of my hiking locations, and they ask me, is this your bike? I'm going to say no. Okay? Flat out say no. And if they ever say, well, this was her reply to me asking her if this is her bike, okay? It will be a streamlined answer to a question that occurred towards me when somebody was asking me about my own bike, and me saying yes. These are the schemes of gang stalking. Now, another scheme of gang stalking is cyber surveillance, where they will surveil a target's YouTube videos, and then after they pull a staged event and bring the target before a judge, they will bring that video up, show the judge or the prosecutor will show the judge or the jury members in order to try and paint the target as being paranoid. Really? Go to YouTube right now and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. You'll see a targeted individual being covered on the news. That's right, from Santa Cruz. He flat out states that what's happening to him makes him afraid. Because gang stalking is designed to make you paranoid, because putting you in a fearful mindset about what they might do next, wears the mind out, wears your emotions out, and wears the body out, because the body is constantly physiologically reacting to the stress that the targeted individual experiences as a result of the harassment of gang stalking. That's right. And labeling a target as being paranoid schizophrenic or schizophrenic is one of their main methods. Go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, which is a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking. He flat out states the favorite place to trap a target is in the courts. That's right. And he also states that one of the main methods of theirs is to diagnose a target with paranoid schizophrenia. That's right. That's right. So what I do is I look at everything concerned, because they know I don't break any laws. They know that I don't do anything illegal. So they got to try and make it appear that when they try to set me up to say I did something illegal, that I'm even admitting to the crime. Is this your bike? I say yes, in reference to my bike. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the methodologies of gang stalking. So I'm making this video, and I'm predicting that it could happen on today's date, and I'm showing you a picture of my cell phone right now, which shows you at 11:26 a.m. on December 7, 2013. And I'm even going to use a feature that the phone has called the voice command.
Say a command. December 8th, Sunday, 11:26 a.m. Say a command.
Okay, so today's date is the 8th. I thought it was the 7th. Anyways, so I make this video just in case, because these criminal whores will literally do anything. Anything and everything. Remember what I told you about that guy's blog. That's right. That's right. So, I do what I do in order to protect myself. Okay? You can just go to Google right now and type in how corrupt cops will plant evidence. And you will see that my deductions are a strategy that I develop in reference to exposing what they might do before they do it. That's right, as a result of how corrupt these filthy lying whores concerning what they might do. I gotta do what I gotta do to keep myself safe. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you, and have a nice day.